people out after 11, but then we'll just have to make do.
Inspector?
Morning, sir.
Journalists hanging round outside the yard. Get rid of them, will you?
Yes, sir. Alec.
Andrews, get rid of those hats from the back gate, will you?
Yes,
Somebody bring me a coffee.
Morning, sir. Derek,
Yes, I do appreciate that. Yes, we are doing everything we can. Look, can I call you back? Yes, fine, thanks. I'll be seeing Burnside immediately, sir.
Did you sanction this operation?
Yes, sir. But I do know that CID put in a lot of thorough legwork on this one, sir.
Not thorough enough, obviously. What the hell's Burnside playing at?
When I've seen everybody involved, I'll have a...
Would you like your coffee in here, sir?
No, Marion, I'll take it in my office.
Yes.
Oh, could you get me the headmaster of the Girls' Comprehensive School? What was it called?
Medway.
Medway, thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
Don't you try and excuse him, Derek.
In my opinion, sir, it was more bad luck than bad judgment.
You should see the number of people I got to try and explain that to today. I want to see him the moment you finish with him.
Yes, sir.
There's enough mud being thrown at us already. I don't want any more of it sticking.
Cheers, love.
Yeah, well, I don't see how they can single any one of us out. What? It was an operation that backfired. It happens.
Knock it off, Ramsey.
What is it with you, eh? You lose your ball just because you might get your wrist slapped. Jeez.
We all made mistakes.
Speak for yourself, love.
Oh, come on, you're not telling us we got it right.
The rules are laid down by Home Office regulations and Acts of Parliament. Any officer ignores that, he's in trouble. I didn't. Hope for your sakes you didn't either.
There's no answer to that, is there? Of course, if there's one geezer who's going to wriggle his way out of this, it's your man.
Are you sure about this?
Yeah, I've told you.
But look, I'm going to be driving right past the front gate of the school.
Oh, don't give us a hard time, Dan.
I'm trying to give you an easy time.
Oh, yeah, I'll get a right easy time when I'm seen getting out of this car with you.
Come on, it ain't that bad, is it?
Even the lollipop man takes flack for being on your side.
You wanted to see me, Gav? Frank. Before I have to go and see the governor again, I want this straight.
It was all set up. Right, kids, suspects on the premises. Basically, we just missed the gear.
And that's it.
Oh, we'll get him.
Basically, in an afternoon, you've managed to put back public relations by 30 years. I suppose you've seen the paper, have you?
Yeah, with all due respect, sir, everyone knows what that rag's about.
Yeah, well, let me try and explain to you what top brass are currently reading, eh? 2 innocent 15-year-old girls were wrongfully arrested by plainclothes policemen who took them to the police station and forced them to suffer the humiliation of a strip search. This latest police farce does not end there. Too bloody right it doesn't. You turned his place over really well, didn't you, eh? Smashed in his front doors.
Well, they were locked.
What?
Well, he'd locked us out. I mean, seconds were vital if we were going to get him before he got rid of the gear.
Except there wasn't any gear, was there? Or none that you could find. So, we have an innocent shopkeeper, right?
Innocent is one thing he's not, sir.
Well, he is now, and you better believe it. I mean, what have you got to back up your story, eh? 2 15-year-old kids carrying nothing more than a packet of number 6. He's got a wrecked shop and claims to harassment.
We know he's dealing, sir, and one of the girls has got a record for possession.
We know, do we? Where's the evidence then? Where's the proof? For God's sake, Frank, you took a flyer.
There was always an element of risk, sir. We all knew that.
There's no such thing as a risk, Frank. It's a result or a cock-up, and you cocked this up. When the blokes downstairs take the flak for this, which they will, it'll be down to you. And if Mellors is peddling drugs out there now, that's down to you and all, because there's no way you can touch it.
Sir?
You go within 3 miles of that shop and you'll be out. Quicker than you can say marijuana. Now, go on. Get out of here. Try and do something to clear this mess up. Starting with the chief super.
Sir?
He's waiting to see you. Frank, do yourself a favour, eh? Sort your story out before you talk to him. Okay, Bob, perhaps I can get some sense out of you, eh?
Well, I just had to take an hour off to go and take my son to school.
Bob?
Shirley didn't want him to go to school today. But you know what they're like at that age. He was determined to. He was taking a few smacks over this incident.
Because he started everything off, like?
No, because he's the son of a copper.
Your son wasn't taking us for a ride, was he?
No, he knows what's going on. He just doesn't have first-hand knowledge.
No, well, let's be grateful for that, eh?
But he is genuine, sir.
Still doesn't help us, though, does it? But what about these girls?
Well, they put up a bit of a struggle, resisted arrest, refused to be searched.
And lied about their ages?
Yes, so I thought we were nicking them for cigarettes, so they said they were 17. But Clark, the one without the record, she's only just 15.
But the other girl did have a record?
Yes, sir.
Well, that means that someone here, you, knew exactly how old she was.
I didn't make a note of her date of birth, nor pass it on, sir.
Why the hell not?
Because I was looking for previous and I just didn't...
You just ignored everything else?
No, I didn't exactly ignore it, sir.
You and Burnside could have nipped this in the bud before any of it started.
Yes, sir, I'm sorry.
I don't suppose anyone managed to get hold of their parents.
Yes, sir, that's when we found out their age, but it was too late. We'd already searched them by then.
Who was the custody officer?
Tom Penny.
This just gets worse and worse, doesn't it?
Hold on, sir. I mean, he was acting under the belief that they were 17. That's what was written on the custody sheet.
Well, that hardly matters now, does it?
Well, with respect,
Look,
sir.
obeying the letter of the law is hardly the point. Would you say that anything that's happened so far was responsible police work?
Yes. Well, it sounds all very fine. You saying that you don't want the school to become a no-go area now. It's a bit late, isn't it? Your sort of policing, you're going to get nothing else.
I do understand how you feel, Mr.
Do you?
Look, to be frank with you, the policing of the entire operation was misjudged. We accept that. We're doing our best to make amends.
Mr. Brownlow, do you have any idea how deep the feelings run around here?
I think it would have helped considerably yesterday if the teachers had explained events sensibly and rationally. That doesn't seem to have happened.
Oh, they knew what happened. They all read the papers.
Yes. Well, I must say the press getting hold of the story was most unfortunate.
Why? It's the truth.
It was a version of the truth. They're all too quick to throw fuel on the fire.
Well, you started the blessed fire. Do you realize what effect that had on discipline in this school?
Look, I realize that nothing that I can say is going to appease you at the moment. But at least you must realize that what we were trying to do was protect the children from this school.
I'm sorry. That won't wash with me.
If the allegations against that shopkeeper proved to be true...
It's the attitude that I'm talking about.
You must realize what has happened...
I'm talking about the callous and brutal behavior of your officers. Roughhousing my pupils. Intimidation, verbal abuse. That you can't deny is still less excuse. Frankly, if one of my staff spoke to the kids the way that one of your officers did, I'd have them booted out of here straight away. What do you mean? When she was arrested, Josie Taylor was told by the policeman she was lucky she was not black. Now, you don't need a degree in English to understand what he meant by that, do you?
I'm sorry, I have no idea.
And is this what you people call protecting the interests of a young girl?
Has she any idea who this officer was, his name or his number?
It was the officer who arrested her. There were two of them, a man and a woman. The man said it.
May I use your phone, please?
Certainly.
8-5, Sarge.
Yeah, Yorkie, get yourself back to the station as soon as possible, will you?
What's up, Sarge?
Mr. Brownlow wants to talk to you, so make it sharpish, yeah?
Right, Sarge.
Good.
Someone's in bother then.
I was with Yorkie just about throughout.
Well, you'll be next then, I shouldn't wonder. It'll blow over.
He'll probably have you in soon.
Conway seems to be working his way through the card.
Give over, Governor. I had nothing to do with it.
Do you think that's going to make any difference?
I hope so.
If only we'd found something. Wouldn't have all this aggro.
Some scumbag pushing dope to the kids and they wanted to play by the rule books. They've forgotten what it's all about, most of them. If that was one of my kids, I'm telling you.
Come. Yes, come in, Smith. The arrest of the two girls suspected of carrying drugs.
Sir?
You were the officer who arrested Josie Taylor, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
I want you to explain to Mr. Conway exactly what happened and what was said.
Well, it's a bit difficult to remember exactly, sir. We, WPC Ackland and myself, were about to get out of the van and arrest the girls when we noticed 4 of their friends approaching from the other side of the road.
Go on.
Well, it put us in a bit of a panic, like, because we realised we had to lift them fast before they got rid of anything they might have had. So we just sort of got them into the van before the friends could get to them.
Who was the first to speak?
Not sure, sir.
Well, think about it.
Well, I was the first out of the van, so I suppose it must have been me, sir.
What happened when you got her back to the station?
We moved them to the custody area, sir.
We?
PC Ramsey was with me, sir. He assisted.
You had your prisoner, and he had his. What's Ramsey got to do with it?
Well, nothing, sir. Not by then.
I believe the Taylor girl put up a bit of a struggle. What did you say to her?
I don't understand, sir. What am I supposed to have said?
Oh, you can't remember.
I can't remember saying anything out of order, sir.
Well, maybe your idea of what's out of order and mine are two quite different things. Eh?
Sir?
Maybe, in your opinion, racist remarks are okay.
Josie Taylor's white, sir.
It's lucky for her she's not black. She'd have got a good hiding then.
She said I said that.
And there's nothing out of order, Smith.
I'm sorry, sir, but I said nothing of the sort.
She's just going to deny it, right?
I don't know what else to do, sir. I didn't say it.
I've got statements here that allege the girls were knocked about when they were arrested. No check was made on their ages, and they were strip searched without their parents' consent.
That's not all down to me, sir.
Well, whose word am I most likely to take? An innocent schoolgirl's or an officer who behaves like that? Nothing else to say for yourself, Smith?
No, sir.
All right. You do realise the seriousness of this, Smith, don't you?
Sir.
All right, you can go back on duty now. Mr. Conway and I will have to discuss this matter further. But if these allegations are correct, the very least you can expect is a suspension. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, sir.
It's typical, though, isn't it? CID cock up and we get the blame?
Yeah, but they've got to know what happened, haven't they?
It's a point of principle. Wasn't our operation?
It just makes me wonder what the hell we all think we're doing.
Oh, come on, June. You were just
No,
doing
she's
your
right.
job.
You've got to be careful what you say, Agent.
That wasn't what I meant, actually, no.
What are you on about?
We're all in it together, aren't we?
So?
So whenever you say anything when you're wearing that uniform, you're speaking for everyone in this net.
Oh, thanks a bunch. Listen, I never said anything to that girl.
Right, I guess I'll touch her.
I don't know why they think any of us said anything. They're both little liars. Well, they lied about their age, didn't they?
Yeah, but they had a reason to do that, didn't they?
So what? They had a reason to put us in it as well.
In my experience, an allegation like that is more than likely to be true. It's just a verbal remark, right? Not the sort of thing people make up.
Oh, hark at the voice of experience. Francis, the chief will see you now.
Right, ma'am.
Good luck, Taff.
If somebody did say all that to those girls, I know I'd put my money on.
Yeah, well, just keep it to yourself, right? It's none of your business.
How would you describe the way the search was conducted?
It was thorough, sir.
But how much respect did you or any of the other officers present have for the suspect's property?
We were searching for drugs, sir.
Just answer the question.
Not much.
Well, good. Now we're getting somewhere.
Look, sir, I can't speak for any of the other officers involved, but I personally didn't behave roughly or without respect for property.
Come on, Edwards. According to Mellor's brief, you all thought it was the first day of Harrod's sale.
Yes, well, he would say that, wouldn't he, sir?
Well, you said it yourself, didn't you? Not much respect for property. Look, I'm not asking you to put anyone else in the frame, but the estimate of the damage on Mellor's shop came to 1,850 quid.
No, there's no way we could have done that much.
Yeah? Well, on present evidence, there's nothing to prove you didn't. Look, believe me, nothing sticks in my gullet more than getting the Commissioner to pay him compensation. But unless you lot can justify your actions, then he's going to be laughing all the way to the bank. Yes!
Have you got a moment, sir?
All right, Edwards, that's all for the present. What is it, Bob?
It's about Smith, sir.
Oh, yeah. Come on, sit down.
Look, sir, there's no way that Yorkie Smith would make a comment like that. If you want the truth, it seems to me
Look, just drop it, will you, Bob, please? I've got Brownlow jumping up and down. You lot belting around like headless chickens. Another post-mortem I do not need.
So making a scapegoat out of one bloke is going to help?
If we don't clear this one up, mate, there's going to be more than one scapegoat, believe me. Now, just give me a break, will you? You do your bit and try and calm the lad down. Who is it?
You wanted to see me, sir?
No, when Larry got the call from the police station, I was petrified Josie had had some sort of accident.
Oh, I'm very sorry for the alarm.
Yes, well, considering everything, that's the last thing I'm worried about now.
Yes. Well, how is Josie?
Well, better now. She's been a bit tearful.
Look, why can't you leave her alone? That's what I want to know. Yeah, all right, she's been in trouble before, but we've sorted that out with her. She is not going to make that mistake again. I've told her.
Love.
No, I'm sorry. But putting her through all that, that is just going to make things worse.
Mr. Taylor, I assure you the search would not have taken place if Natasha and Josie had been truthful about their ages.
We've told her we don't want her smoking. She was frightened.
No, I'm not surprised. She was bloody terrified.
Look, I want you both to understand that our reasons for mounting this operation were far more serious than just cigarettes.
Oh, is it true, then? This man is using his shop to sell drugs?
We have our suspicions, yes.
Well, why haven't you arrested him, then? This man Mellor. Everyone knows what he's up to. You leave him alone and arrest my daughter.
Now, look, we accept that Josie was innocent of either possessing or taking drugs. And I want to apologize for the search. As far as the racist remark is concerned, the officer in question is being disciplined. Now, if you want to take this matter any further, of course, you're quite entitled to.
Oh, let it go, love.
We've had a lot of arguments with Josie and her friends about the police. I just feel disappointed.
Sir, the girls were under observation by officers from the moment they entered the custody area.
So Smith was with Taylor throughout?
No, sir. I instructed him to inform the parents and the school that the arrests had been made.
Why do that?
Sir, is this a formal inquiry?
Oh, come on.
Because if so, I do have the right to have a Federation rep present.
Tom, I'm just trying to get to the bottom of this. It's not official. But I do have to ask you, if there was any doubt in your mind at all about the age of those children, why the hell didn't you wait?
I had no reason to doubt them.
They're school kids. 17-year-old school kids.
Yes, sir, it's called A-levels.
Don't give me that. You rang because you suddenly thought they might be lying.
No, sir, I rang out of courtesy. However old they were still school children.
We are not always right. We all make mistakes. Nobody's blaming you.
I acted in accordance with the regulations.
All right, have it your own way. But nobody comes out of this smelling of roses, including you.
Sir, I resent that.
Tough.
Can I go now?
Do you know who made that remark to the girl?
Not me, sir.
I asked you if you knew, Tom.
It could have been any one of a number of people.
It's one thing laying the law down with a few people. This is a witch hunt.
It'll blow over.
Oh, only when we've all had our noses rubbed in it. Try telling that to Conway. There might be some lax standards around here, but they don't apply to me. Why is he tarring everyone with the same brush?
All right.
Are you telling me I don't go by the book?
I'm not telling you anything, Tom.
A bit more communication wouldn't go amiss, would it? Might have saved us getting into this mess.
Yorkie?
Are you listening to me at all?
Yeah. I'm sorry about that.
All right, Squire? It was you that said that to them girls, weren't you? You weren't going to say anything, were you? You were going to let me go all the way, just to look after number one. Well, you'll stitch me up like that again, Ramsey, and I'll have you.
Yorkie? You all right?
Yes, Sarge.
You heard they dropped the complaint?
Yes, Sarge. Ellis told me.
Good.
Not really, Sarge, no.
Oh?
If they hadn't dropped the complaint, there would have had to have been an inquiry, wouldn't they? She could have picked out the right man then, Sarge. Couldn't she? See you, Sarge.
Yeah. You all right?
Yeah. I must have eaten something.
Beautiful place for a raid, this.
Sorry, Gov?
Busy. Plenty of places to lose yourself. I could have slung 24 blokes around this shop and he never even have noticed.
Oh, yeah? Well, maybe in a year or so, yeah, I suppose.
I doubt that. Not a bad cafe either. Reasonable prices, nice and tidy. You tried it? Gov. I just want you to watch him, Tosh. Nothing obvious. Just keep your eyes open. I'll have 50 quid by the end of the week we've got him. Mine's a bacon sandwich.